Good morning, everyone. Watching CGIX here. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Let's see if we can get a little crack here on this one. I know you guys were probably trading CGIX a lot. This is actually the one ticker that I didn't trade pre-market. I traded a lot of other ones. We could review some of those trades in a bit here. I'm seeing if VWAP's going to hold. So far, the sell volume has really faded off, and I'm not sure if we're going to crack. I was waiting for the $8 to maybe crack after a VWAP crack, but I'm starting to think it's not going to happen. So if we see a little bit more volume pour into this one, I wouldn't mind trading it. CGIX is definitely the lead gapper on the day with a 2 million float, has that explosiveness behind it, that spikeability that we talk about all the time. US biotech merger agreement with private company. This is looking good. 5-minute new high right now. This could be a reversal right here. Would not be surprised. I could see this easily running right now to like 9:30 or so. Let's see how it goes. Big volume coming in again as well. Yeah, really big volume here. This is a healthy breakout. Bigger volume. Oh, that pullback was quite strong. I've been waiting for an entry under VWAP this whole time, so maybe that's what we're going to get. No trades, yeah, no trades on CGIX yet for me pre-market. This might be a possible trade right here. I'm watching this one, keeping a close eye on that 8-minute EMA. I felt like this breakout was a little bit premature, and I was really hoping for a break under VWAP, kind of throw out some of the hands, and then have some new positions enter. So this looks pretty good right here. Always checking the news. We had some news come out at 9:12, a little bit of refresher news. Just rehashing here from news wires. And there looks like the flush is possibly happening now. Bigger support right below $8. That's where a possible entry could be. This is a huge move already. $5 million volume. So this is a pretty decent push already. With green candle is going to be somewhere around here. Actually, it's like 7.5. Ooh, I'm still working on waking up today. I was so tired this all day today. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully I get in the groove in a little bit here. A lot of mixed opinions here on where a possible entry would be. I wonder if we're gonna get a little crack here. It's an very interesting ticker to watch for sure. I wasn't really trading between 8 and like 8:45 or like 8:30. I got all my trades I think happened at 7 to like 7:50, and then I went away for a while. So I'm back. So I missed the whole CGIX run. That's why I didn't get any trades on it. Yeah, same, Corey. Let's see if this VWAP's going to crack here, 830. 5-minute bigger sell volume already. 803. Dipping into the 7 territory. I'm gonna do a first entry here at 83. Anything in the 7s I'd probably buy as well. Had a second entry here at the 77, 300 shares. So, average price at 82. CGIX. Just have a limit order just in case. A lot of sellers still in this one, I gotta say. Much more sellers than I probably would have wanted to bargain for. It's about a 26-27% pullback from pre-market highs. Selling off into the 50s. I gotta say the sell-off pressure here, like I said a second ago, is a little bit stronger than I would have expected. We even hit into 48 maybe. No, I think that was like 50. Kind of an interesting amount of selling pressure. Just kind of watching this one. I have like an okay size pre-market entry here. Probably a little bit too eager, Beaver. If I can close this one at like a healthy break even, I'd probably pretty much be happy at this point. We got some bigger buyers now on 77. It's kind of good to see that. Let's see if we can get one more little pop. Closed my position, took a small profit on it. It was a scratch. It was a losing trade. I was wrong. Right idea with the dip. Wrong entry. I was too eager on the entry. So I'm pretty happy that I was able to get out with just a scratch on this one. All right, let's do a little bit of a recap here, guys. First of all, good morning. Welcome back to the live stream where we first review the watch list, then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone's feeling good, ready to go. Like I said, I'm a little bit tired, but did some pre-market trading to get my feet wet a little bit, try to wake up. Today's Monday after all. It's the 23rd and it's August. And right now it's 9:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got like another 6.5 minutes before the market opens at 9:30. We'll wrap up trading usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick reminder for all that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Please do not follow my trades. They are quick and really not meant to be followed. Always know yourself while you are entering and exiting a stock, especially your stops. This community, guys, is a place for us to help each other. Please do not spam or you will be kicked. And check out the video description below. A bunch of FAQs out there, common questions, and let's get into it here. I'm still watching the chart, so I was like thinking about too much just now. Like I said before, CGIX 2 million float US biotech merger agreement with private company. That's really nice catalyst. I like to see that. You know, mergers are always kind of so news. It's hard to judge them fully, but it is a nice catalyst. I think the nicest part about CGIX is the 2 million float. This thing clearly has spike ability with that tiny float. Makes it probably one of the most attractive companies today. Small caps today. So we'll see. More coffee needed, more beer. I think it was because maybe too much beer over this weekend. Anyway, SONN is another ticker I'm looking at really closely. It just, you know, it sold off so much pre-market, and I typically stop looking at stocks that pull back over 30% from pre-market highs, and SONN is now 50% down from pre-market highs. I got a little bit of a dip trade on this one, but it was kind of a close call. You got to be careful with these dip trades, you know. I'm not looking for a blow away trade. I'm looking for a simple base hit. You got to be quick with them. I'm not sure if I'm going to be trading SONN out of the gates, but if we see some sort of pullbacks to like past 3.5 into 330s, I would probably trade this one again. I think it has decent risk reward. It just seems like there's more sellers than buyers, and I don't really see this one making a new high of day. Similar situation with ADMA. 63 million float, so really on the higher end in US biotech. While SONN is a 13 million float US biotech, the thing is, I didn't find any news on SONN, so I put a question mark there on the catalyst. But then I was going through a bunch of stock twits, which is, you know, always a bad sign. If I'm digging through stock twits to find some news, it's questionable. Anyway, I think SONN is just running up because it's a macro kind of play on the plasma treatment for coronavirus. Anyway, apparently Trump might own some of this company as well. I saw some news about that. All very questionable stuff, so I'm not really sure. ADMA, similar situation with the US biotech, with the plasma kind of news. It's actually kind of bad news. I'm totally not sure why they're running up so much. Maybe it was a short squeeze. Basically, the fast track for plasma treatments have been denied. So the FDA is not totally sure about that. I don't know. Maybe you guys know more about it than I do, but oftentimes when I'm not totally sure about something, I just tend to leave it alone. Thanks, $1 Million Talk. Huge milestone. Let's get to the 10K. Let me know if you guys want me to plan anything for the 10K. I have no idea yet. I'll be in Portugal though for the 10K, so maybe we'll have some cool surf footage or something. I made a promise to myself that I'd never look at stock twits again. Yeah, so that's a bit how I feel about stock twits. But if I find no catalyst on a stock that's up over 100%, sometimes, you know, I'll be like, why is this up? Let's see what everyone's tweeting about on this stock twits. Yeah, I take everything with a big grain of salt on there. I'm pretty sure it was denied. Pretty sure approved. No. You know what? I read it was denied, but again, like I said before, it's not something that I'm totally aware of. No, so ADMA, here we go. Here we go. Agreement was put on hold. Wait, hold on. Okay, so the first catalyst over the weekend, retreatment delay expected, FDA. So the FDA delayed it, and then we had some new news at 8. So yeah, FDA plasma for coronavirus treatment was now on hold. And then the new news today, FDA Drug Administration authorized the emergency use Sunday of convalescent plasma. Okay, so yeah, that's okay. I was mixed up about it. So the fast track was delayed, and then it was approved this morning. So it was delayed basically on Friday or whatever day that was, like Wednesday maybe. Okay, yeah. So a little bit all over the place again with this catalyst. Me personally, sorry for that being confusing, and thanks for correcting me. Good call on that. Oh, you live in Porto. We're going to be south of Lisbon or north of Lisbon. We're going to be in Peniche. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but very cool. Yeah, email me, alex@tradejournal.co. We'll get in touch. The email is also in the video description below. So we got another 30 seconds here before the market opens. You know, it's been an okay day. I think we're up just a little bit here pre-market, about $100 pre-market so far. Nothing, no big winners, just a lot of dabbling so far with me. Small position sizes, nothing really too crazy. So we'll see how the market opens, guys, today. Always have a kind of a plan here. And my plan is going to be probably looking for some possible red to green moves. Other than that, nothing really too crazy. So guys, another 5 seconds here. Good luck, everyone. Watching CGIX, and then we'll kind of go from there. CGIX definitely has bigger support around 6.5. I'm not sure if we're going to go all the way down there. ADMA pulling back. Let's hope that we don't have any major issues today as well. Yeah, watch out. TOS is a little bit slow today for me. I'm already noticing. Quick dip on CGIX. No entry yet for me. It's trying to break through the 9-minute EMA. I'm not going to be trading this one just yet, though. So far, TOS was working pre-market. I got my phone next to me ready to go just in case. TOS is laggy at the open. Nothing totally out of the new though. TOS has always been laggy out of the gates. The first 5 minutes has always been not the best. So that's still in the realm of okayness, I would say, in my opinion. CGIX breaking above the 9-minute EMA here. That was a lot of sell volume though. I'm not totally comfortable with this one. Still no entry for me. Trying to watch SONN here, but having some issues loading it. Let's see if it pops up. BRQS as well, kind of interesting. So SONN, big support at $4. CGIX selling off again here. Big sell off there. That's a bit what I was worried about and why I wasn't really feeling like this is the one I want to be touching right now. That was kind of an aggressive move. Let's see how it pulls together here. SONN just loaded for me. Had a nice little pop to the upside, now pulled back as well. Be careful with changing your charts. That's where I find are a lot of issues every time I change the chart. CGIX had that low there about 73. Possible red to green move here. Big volume on the day so far. I think that's one of the stronger points on CGIX today. Is just the sheer volume behind it. This was another little attempt here to break the VWAP. This actually looks a little bit healthier, I gotta say. CGIX is up so much, though it's totally understandable that, you know, had a little bit of selling pressure. I wanted to do a possible red degree move on CGIX, but it was a little bit weirdly traded, you know, quickly pulled back, then quickly spiked up, then quickly pulled back again. It wasn't, you know, your classic red degree move. Right now, having a pullback to the 9-minute EMA, this could be a phenomenal entry right here at 780. I'm just going to watch it here. Not going to enter just yet. I'm going to wait for a bit bigger 5-minute setup or so. Ah, thanks, Anya. Good call. I did forget to do that. That always gets me. Appreciate it. Not too much at the moment. ADMA. SONN, you know, $4. A little bit of support here. I'm not going to be trading this one yet. ADMA, kind of similar setup. This is the one I was talking about that maybe around 3.3 we might consider trading this one. So we are kind of falling into that territory right now. Double bottom just about right here. Wouldn't be surprised if we had a little bit of a bounce on ADMA. CGIX. Tricky one. Pre-market, it was really, really clean. I know a lot of you guys absolutely slated pre-market. CGIX could be a really good runner in like 10-15 minutes at around 10 o'clock. I guess that's longer than 10, but like 9:50 or so. Sometimes we see some really nice poppers around then. THMO was one of the gappers I was looking at pre-market that sold off. Ooh, ADMA did not hold. So selling off here at 22. Might have a nice pop at this point. Morning, David. Mark, is bottom heavy a term? Bottom heavy. I have to think about that. CGIX, is this a pullback opportunity? Is this a phenomenal pullback opportunity here at 780? Or is this just a kind of stronger selling off and then we're going to make another base, maybe double bottom at 7? I'm not totally sure. I'm not trading it yet. CGIX is a green candle low right now. BRQ has halted. Until it loads properly. Ay. Corey, the fact that there's even these concerns is it's almost sad. So CGIX definitely the lead gapper on the day. SPCE just pulled below 16.74. I might do another entry on SPCE today. ADMA as well, SONN, back to 3.9 here. It's a little tough going through the tickers right now. What a sell-off on KMDA. CGIX. Can it break that high? If 8 like what was that, like 8.55 or so, 8.53. Boom, there it is. New high on CGIX. Nice. So it looks like it was a healthy pullback. I wasn't totally sure myself. I did not trade it. CGIX has a pre-market high of 1036. Biggest dollar volume on the day with the small caps right now, even though it's a 2 million float and a 20 million market cap company. So there's a lot of trading on this one right now, especially relative to the size. That pullback right to VWAP once right after we broke out of it would have been a pretty nice entry. I was a little bit more hesitant though. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to fill this puppy up. All right, all right. Okay, so CGIX. Now I've been thinking where could be a good entry on this one right now. It could be setting up a 5-minute setup, but I don't know, maybe around 8:30 around VWAP, I'd be a little bit more interested. Right now, being a little bit more cautious. Mix between TOS and just, had a really strong pre-market run up. SONN still selling off here. Not really sure if I'm going to be trading this one. Looks like really the energy is on CGIX. CGIX just having a bit of a pullback now. POS system with BRQS. I wasn't really watching BRQS. I know you guys were talking about it in the chat room. Not a bad ticker to be talking about. Decent volume, especially right here. CGIX at 8:30. Woo, bigger flush just now. 806, 79. Ooh, wow, this pullback is really strong. $87. TOS charts aren't that responsive today. I don't know about you guys, but the order book is different than what's telling you on the chart oftentimes. Yeah, these are quite substantial. Quite substantial moves. Market's all pretty green today, specifically the NASDAQ. Probably means some larger caps are going to be traded a bit more thickly today. ADMA definitely found some support at that key $3 zone, bouncing up here at 4 or 5%. CGIX still at 977. Yeah, 1AP Pro, you don't like the level 2 on Webull? I was looking at it a little bit in the afternoon, I think on Friday, just trying to get a feel for it. I don't really have that much of an opinion about it just yet. Mainly because I haven't actually used it for real trading. Just kind of gave it a glance. I think CGIX might have a 9 EMA retest, but I just feel like it's a little bit too risky because I'm also kind of expecting a possible flush in the next minute here, 1 or 2 minutes. So it's sometimes hard to assess those. Not really the best risk reward setup right now, besides 760 acting as pretty big support, but we could easily run to $7. That'd be like an 8% dip, and if you're only looking for that EMA retest, that's a negative risk reward ratio. So that's why I didn't do this pullback trade just now. Not yet, but mainly because I haven't really been using it for active day trading. Looking at large caps in the afternoon, it's a whole different puppy. It's really hard to compare the two. So I would like to maybe do a day of Webull day trading, but maybe where I just execute my first trade on it. Put like $2,000 on it, and then the first trade 3 times a week, if it's a margin account, will just be on a Webull, and that way I can get a better feel for it a little bit. So I'll probably start doing that pre-market. Yeah, it was a nice little pop there with CGIX. So that's kind of the move I was hoping for. I just had a hard time, getting behind it to some extent. But, in hindsight, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But I don't regret it. Here we go. Looks like this might be that next dip. Oh yeah, Facebook, not too bad. CGIX pulling back again here. Let's give this one a bit more time. A little tough to say what it's up to. No regrets. CGIX, wondering, is it going to break back above VWAP here? It did find more support than I probably would have expected, and that last little spike here is kind of putting it up halfway back on the 5-minute candle right down here, which is actually somewhat bullish again. Let's see what kind of move we get here. I'm not looking at GEVO at the moment. Oh God, Jason, there we go. That's some commitment. Now I'll do another shit. Oh yeah, look at this one go, GEVO. Not too shabby. So it looks like it held this area. Not a lot of volume today. Still have an engulfing candle. This would be interesting if we start breaking higher above 1.6. Well, worth keeping an eye on, but nothing I'd probably be trading yet. Although I gotta say the way it's moving is fairly quick for something without looks like any news on the day. CGIX broke above, back above VWAP. $9.55, guys. We're getting close to that time period where you start seeing some bigger reversals. I like the fact that a lot of buyers came back in on here. CGIX is much stronger than I was expecting. Might look for a possible entry on any sort of pullback. This looks like we might break from that first shoulder. Like 950 would be kind of the price to crack, maybe more like 947, 938 we're at right now. Boom! That was it. Just watching this one, could be a good entry any moment now. 875 or so. $890. Yeah, Corey, same with you. It's no trades with me out of the gates, I think, right? I have to think about that. Just a bunch of pre-market trades, but taking the open a little bit slower myself. Possible entry in 890 on CGIX. Just went to 893. That could have been the entry right there. Just has a very strong way of pulling back. That's half the reason I didn't enter just now. Tends to pull back really nicely. 87. Yeah, so yeah, pulled back about 20 more cents than I originally was thinking. Definitely some support popping in here, 875. It's a tricky one to trade, I would say. It's not your classic really kind of clean setups. So I've been kind of staying a little bit further away. $9.58. Nice, Kirill. Sweet entries and exits. Yeah, I know what you mean, Michael. Sometimes I feel the same way. It's a weird thing. Pre-market really should be more of a cushion, though, I think, than anything else. But I've yet to really kind of figure out what the best setup there for that is. Thanks, Michael. I totally agree. CGIX could be dumping below VWAP any second. Right now it's really not the pullback that makes me super excited, but you know, I've been wrong about CGIX quite a bit now, so kind of understanding that I have yet to be in sync with this ticker maybe allows me to be a bit more cautious overall. Not really sure how much it's going to keep pulling back from here. Yeah, check out the video description below. We got a video on the setup on TOS, and I also have my layout for import. NASDAQ pulled back quite a bit. Almost got cut in half just now. This could be the reversal right here. Definitely have that big support around 850 roughly. I still got to shake off my Mondays. No worries. Okay, CGIX, here we go. Trying to break out again. Whoo-wee! That is a nice fly right there. Okay, I think there's definitely some action back here on this one. Instantly went to the 7,975 bigger pre-market resistance zone, multi-month kind of level. I think this thing's going to start picking up maybe from here on out. 1036 is that pre-market high. Big buy volume on that last candle. That was a good old pop just now. It was a 16-17% move. I should have stuck to my gun a little bit there. Right around 850, I was like, you know, this thing, not sure if it could pull much lower, so that would have been the trigger. CGIX, just keep an eye on it. See how this one moves. Still a little bit of selling pressure. New minute about to start. Keeping an eye on like 920 zone. Downing some more coffee. Yeah, man, I totally feel you right now. Woo, Jason, sweet moves on that. Very sweet. It's about as good as it gets. Congrats, man. Some of the other tickers like ADMA are finding a bit of a base. Wonder if they're going to see some sort of reversals. They've really dried up on volume though. Still watching CGIX. CGI clear lead gapper on the day with that volume we're seeing. $10.06. Watching this one just hit the 20s. Just got an entry here right on CGIX at 28. Pulling down to 12. So probably a little bit too early of an entry on that. I actually clicked cancel order, but wasn't quick enough. Was just gonna do the same entry, just a little bit lower. I'm going to close out of this one, break even. I'm just going to go and see if I can do a secondary entry in a little bit here at a better price. So total break even trade. Could have walked away with a bit of profit, but a little bit too early. Let's see if we can get an entry here at 21. Got an entry at 21. Smaller position size this time, a little bit more comfortable. Sell volumes faded off just a bit. I was thinking we might be able to get even more aggressive on the size, but didn't pull back again. Looking for that break of 10. See if we can try to break the 10 here. Let's join the ask. 10 getting chipped away. See if we can take some profits here. Took some profits at 10.22. That was a pretty decent little win there. Use smaller position size. I wasn't sure about this one totally, so I always feel a little bit more comfortable when I use smaller position size. I used join the ask on my second screen in case you guys are wondering how I popped up the limit order. I just said join the ask. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you're learning something, if you're having a good time. It means a lot. I really, really do appreciate it. Quick little base hits here. Nice, Michael. Quick pullback on CGIX. Back to 10. We broke pre-market high, so this is the all-time or daily high right now. 10.5 is a bigger resistance zone on this one. The way CGIX always pulls back has made me a little bit more cautious about just overall how I want to trade this one. Yeah, blowing back below 990. It's a heck of a crazy ticker to watch. Possible entry at 970. I think I may have just missed my entry on that one. Removing my limit order. Woo! Einon. I hope I'm saying that right, man. Awesome, man. Sweet. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out, man. I appreciate it. That's a home run. Yeah, Ben, that's actually very true. I called that one a base hit. That's totally true. That was a home run. 10%. Base hits are like, 3 to 4%, and then pre-market base hits like 2%. Shoulda, coulda, woulda left my limit order. Would be taking some profit, or taking this trade, right? Would it be taking profits on that last dip just now? Let's see here, pulling back again. I always like to be looking for 5-minute setups. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a quick move over 10 just now, or right now. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to be trading it. 988. 990, yep, there we go, 997, boom. Well, we didn't go over 10 yet. I would be taking profits. Yeah, I could have done 2 base hits there. Yeah, there we go. Now back above 10. Yep, I was a little bit too cautious, for sure. There's the second pullback we were thinking about. Dip below 10. Oh, I had that nice retest at 10. That would have been the profit taking zone. And then quickly pull back below the 9-minute EMA. Possible entries around 920. 10:14. All right, all right. Let's see what happens. Let's give it a bit longer. It's nice to see a ticker with some good energy. A little bit trickier to trade. I think pre-market trading CGIX was much cleaner. I didn't trade it pre-market because I wasn't really on the computer around 8 to 8:40. So I was missing it, but the plays now are a little bit more debatable, I would say. I think we had probably a really clean, nice bull flag, CGIX, that 9 EMA retest. One of the few that worked out. I'm kind of wondering, did we just enter the backside of the move? I hope not. I don't really think so, but 32. $15. Wow, quite the pullback though. The charts are really slow to react to the order book. I find that a little bit annoying. Wow, look at that quick pullback. Yeah, this has been a big reason why CGIX I've been so nervous about trading, because the way it flushes down, it's a little bit unorthodox. I guess if you plan ahead for that, it's okay. It doesn't have any catalyst. $8.60. Yeah, that was a pretty mean pullback just now. I mean, honestly, a pullback like this, I'd almost be like, is there news about it? I don't know. Actually, this is a possible big buying opportunity. $8.40 now. That was a 16% dip though. That was really strong. Yeah, sheesh. That's for sure. Got to remember that CGIX is up over 200% on the day. It was up just way more than that literally a second ago. Wow, my possible entry at 920 literally just went to 820, so strong pullbacks. Already down 20% from that high we just had. Yeah, Shrikant, happy you avoided the second one, man. But it's been a tricky one to trade. I found. I'm watching BRQS. Has much less volume, $460 million volume CGIX compared to BRQS with $40 million volume. But I gotta say, you know, the way BRQS is kind of tinkering its way around here does look pretty good. Has big resistance about $2, so I'd be a little bit careful with that big POS order. You know, formerly BRQS has had these kind of very vicious sell-offs. But you know, if it does spike above the 180-day moving average, we might see kind of a nice winner here. That's one of its first kind of breakout pullbacks. This is actually looking okay. If I wanted to trade BRQS, I would probably start off with smaller size. I like the way it moves. It's very, very quick. Looks kind of good. Bigger volume in there. has a catalyst between kind of $2 and $7 almost, so it really fits the criterion quite well. I'm watching CGIX on my second screen and BRQS on my first screen for a possible entry with BRQS on a break over 188. I think I may have missed that pullback. It was a little bit too slow. How low can you go? Last lows were around 74. Boom, explosive move. I was waiting for one more touch to the downside, and then it had a 70% rip past the former high. So really sweet. Congrats to anyone that jumped on BRQS. Like I said, I was waiting for a move into like the 75s, 74s, 73, and we went down to 179. Yeah, Corey, I totally feel you on CGIX. Pre-market was just way cleaner on it. Now it's a little bit all over the place. Good call on BRQS, Mark Jones. CGIX dumping again. 810 might go below 8 any second. Yep, just went to $8. I don't know if it went below 8 though. $10.22. Here we go. This looks like it's about to crack 8 now. Oh my God. I promise I won't be this tired tomorrow. Or actually, I don't promise. I just hope. This is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, we could talk about some swings a little bit later. I definitely want to look at some swing trades, especially SPCE as it's pulling a little bit lower. I was actually kind of excited that this thing might pull lower. When it was like at 720, I was like, oh man, or 1720, I was like, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda went bigger size, but now it's actually below my entry, and now I could actually load up a little bit more. Did I create the join buttons? No, you can edit them right here in the settings, and then you can add whatever kind of stuff you want. So sell as, sell market. Nice, Harley. Yep, that's why you got 2 portfolios. It's always good to diversify. $10.24. Just about that time where I kind of wrap up. So let's see what happens. If I see a good setup, I'll definitely jump on it. Don't want to hesitate when you see a good setup. $177 is really just trying to put a wall in the sand there. A lot of buyers. CGIX had that solid bounce off of 8, up almost 10%. Sweet, sweet. Good risk reward there at 8. I like those good risk reward setups. Really sweet. You probably would have risked at 50 cents a share if it quickly flushed below 8, but with a VWAP retest, you know, you're looking at like 70, 80 cents a share. So that was pretty good. Pretty decent risk reward, I think. Ah, itchy nose. BRQS trying to pull up again. What was I doing this weekend? I was being a responsible Berliner that you know. BRQS back here looks like that wall of 177 really came in pretty strong. So far, so good. No entry on that one for me. CGIX just broke the 8, so it had the nice retest of VWAP, and then it continued its descent. No surprise there. Yeah, I'm in Berlin. You guys are all ridiculous. BRQS is really trying to break this $2 zone. I think it might have it in it. I'm just a little bit more nervous about trading a ticker like this on the second attempt. I really like that first attempt. I would have wanted to be on board with it. Could still be a great opportunity. Could be a really, really good opportunity right here. A little quick pullback and then a break past above 2. Let's see what happens. Alex at Berkheim. $195 getting chipped away. 197. Oof, we are so close to that too. New high of day. Let's see what happens. There's definitely a very decent chunk of sellers, but the buyers are really strong, holding up the price, not letting it dip too much. It's a good sign. Oh, this looks like it could crack. Ooh, that is also big sellers though. Oi, oi, oi. Not for me, but let's see what happens. Serious buying volume. It can't chill here forever. It's gotta break. It's gotta break it. I'm not the biggest fan of that 180-day moving average on the daily chart. That's the one thing that would put me a little bit off on this setup, and that's why I'm not trading it. But I am surprised how well it's holding this kind of high level. So let's see what happens. A little bit of a pullback to the EMA. Yeah, a quick little boom. There was the break of two. I actually missed that one. I was reading the chat, but I'll have to replay that one. Nice to see. Nice to see the momentum back here. It's really sweet. There was the boom. Had a high 207. Congrats to everyone that was on board with that one. Really, really sweet kind of move. My biggest probably peeve with that one was just the resistance above. We'll definitely be checking out some swing trades in a little bit. You guys are making me all excited. I wouldn't mind getting back into AL, or maybe even getting into the ETF, the airline ETF jets, especially on any major next pullback, if there's even going to be one at this point. When the earnings came out and they had horrible, beyond worst expectations kind of earnings, their stock price still didn't even go down anymore. I think they bottomed out a little bit to some extent. So, ooh, CGIX 780. This one could be forming a little bit of a bottom. So I'm gonna keep watching this one. Could be a little good dip setups. The relative volume on BRQS is quite nice today, but I think it's mainly because of dilution going on here. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so nice. Yeah, it's definitely dilution going on. Be careful with a ticker like this. Oftentimes, they'll never ever come back to the former highs just because of the dilution. So we'll keep a close eye on this. Right now, it's got to break above the 180-day moving average. That's kind of the first challenge. And then we'll see what happens. $210 though it is inching along here pretty strongly, so I got to give it to it. I mean, really nice, and the percentage change on this one is really attractive. That's probably one of even my favorite parts about BRQS. I got a video, Abdul. I came out this weekend about Tesla and Apple, what I'm going to be planning for swing trading it around the splits. But we could definitely talk about it in a bit. I'll definitely go look at Apple, Tesla, Space, AEL before we wrap up the live stream, and then we could talk about it. I want to focus here a little bit longer on possible day trades. JC. I'm not sure about Facebook. I haven't really assessed Facebook much. fact that BRQS broke the big $2 resistance and it really kept on trading through that pretty healthy makes me a little bit more confident on this ticker, I gotta say. Still not exactly something I would be crazy about trading, but right now it's having a pullback to 2. You know, one of these pullbacks could be a phenomenal entry. I'm not sure if I'll do it though. Facebook is Noah. Crazy. But then again, pretty much everything has doubled, tripled, or quadrupled since March. Everything sold off in March. CGIX had like a perfect double bottom at around 7.8 that I totally missed. A little bit bummed out about that. About a 7% move from that area already. All right, Eugene, good luck on that one. Yeah, Constantine, I totally feel you on that. Totally. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more trades in. I'll take a quick little 2-minute breather, and then when we come back, maybe we'll look at some swing trades, or if we don't, that means we're going to be trading, so we'll see what happens. I'll be right back. David, not a bad idea. At least he's in this the chat room with us. That's awesome. BRQS doing a potentially a healthy pullback here, potentially a little bit bigger of a reversal. It's hard to say. We did crack above that $2 zone, and this is really where I was pretty skeptical. So that was actually a pretty big milestone, and we haven't really flash pulled back or anything too wicked. So this is still looking really good for BRQS. Might have a nice little continuation from here on out. Watching CGIX out of the corner of my eye. I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep trading this one at all. Look at this nice little pullback here, a little 2%, 3% popper. Actually 5%. Ooh, very sweet. Yeah, Harley, that's a good question. I definitely want to check out the airlines a little bit in a second. If they can bounce a little bit, I think be worth holding them, because any bounce would be just ridiculously strong. So we got Sonos. I've been looking at a possible entry on Sonos under 13. We'll see what happens here. They've been kind of pulling back ever since earnings. They've had a beautiful run, so I think a pullback is totally warranted. So somewhere between 12 and 13, I would like to jump on some Sonos. AL, American Airlines. I wanted to pick some up again around $12, but I was really hoping we'd actually have a dip here into the 11.5 territory. So far, we have not had that. So at the moment, I have no entry anymore on AAL, which is a little bit unfortunate because, we had a really, really fun trade with this one. And I would have loved to do a secondary trade with this one. That was on our $25,000 challenge account, which for some reason the trades aren't showing up, but you guys are all very aware of those trades anyway, so it's not too important. But yeah, again, $12. We knew this is big support, so I probably should have, could have, would have just entered a trade here. It would have made a lot of sense, but I was looking for a quick pullback to 11.5, so that was probably a little bit too conservative for me. Another way to trade airlines is looking into JETS. It's an ETF on airlines, so I do think that this could be a possible solution where you don't have to worry about particular airlines that I would actually probably like to start a position with as well. Obviously, the rewards are going to be a little bit less, but that also means the risk is a little bit less. So that's overall pretty good stuff. I like the amount of buy volume coming in here. I do really kind of believe that airlines might have bottomed out. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some really bad news that kind of flushed it down one more time before they had a recovery. But I don't know, it's hard to say, and I'm not following specific airlines too much. So, you don't want to get caught in the one airline that actually files bankruptcy. So it's tough. And that's why with my AAL trade, I was pretty quick about deciding to enter and exit this one. Somewhere in this $11.5 area, and then we sold it when this run looked like it was going to be an end. So somewhere in this 13.5 zone. So we'll see. I don't know. It's tough. I feel like it's a bit of a guessing game territory. The $12 was big support, so maybe buying into a $12.5 pullback and then seeing if we could run past 14 and then 15 and then, you know, go from there back into the 16 territory. As ultimately my goal on this trade that I made would have been towards $16, $18, which we did not reach on that original run. Amazon just keeps on going higher. This is the space trade that I'm really curious about. Oops, looks like TOS is having some issues here. Okay, here we go, SPCE. So we entered SPCE right around 1680. And then we got a secondary dip here. It looks like at 1670. I was kind of thinking it was going to keep pulling back a little bit, and then I was ready to enter more. So I'm kind of upset I didn't get this secondary entry just now. Would have threw probably, I don't know, another decent chunk of my position into this one without a question. So right now we have 150 shares long at 1688. I would have probably liked to buy a little bit more, maybe another 50 shares. So that would have been a kind of a nice little trade, but oh well. Guess we're not going to get that unless we do have again a bigger pullback. I'm not sure why our chart's not showing the trades. Tesla, yeah, Tesla's below $2,000. But we still have 5 more days, not including today, before the split. And what we were talking about on Saturday is there's typically, you know, the last 5 days are typically green before a split, at least with Apple. So let's see if we're going to get a little bit of that kind of prophecy. So basically today, yeah, it's red, but maybe we're going to find some support right around the 9-minute EMA, and we're going to, you know, try to shoot here above 2,200 right before the split. But, you know, this was actually kind of a nice little pump right here alone. There's 3-4%. You know, from yesterday's close. So it actually started off green because of the gap up, and then it sold off. Kind of interesting. I don't really think this changes my thesis at all. I think this is just a pretty healthy pullback, at least at the moment. With Intel, you guys know my thesis. I've been waiting for this one to reach 45 for quite some time. So no trade on Intel until we see some bigger pullbacks. With AMD, I don't know. I keep missing AMD, to be honest. I keep missing every pullback on this one. Probably just best to do the opposite of what I say with AMD. No thoughts, but I just feel like it's overextended. Again, I've always felt it was overextended, and somehow I never been able to jump on the train on the pullback. So I need to get more aggressive. Same with AAPL. Same story. Always missing the entries on this one. So we'll see what happens after the split. After the split, if there's a big pullback, which I feel like is somewhat likely based on historical results, then you could pretty much guarantee I'm going to be going long on AAPL, which is going to be the, was it 1 to 4 or 4 to 1? Yeah, so any entry in, you know, the hundreds would be mind-blowing. So we'll see what happens. NKLA totally missed this bottom bounce at 30, which we called out. I can't. It's always depressing when you miss the entry that you were so excited for. ADT, you know, I've high hopes for this one. That Google merger, or you know, the Google buying into ADT, actually, I think is a really strong move, and I would love to accumulate some ADT. It's holding its highs quite well, so I'm not really too worried in this area. I'm just kind of worried that I might miss the ship. So we'll see what happens. At the moment, I'm still kind of watching this one. If we do crack below 11, anything in the $10 zone, you can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to be picking up with ADT. RKT, man, oh man, did I sell this one too soon. We started buying here in the 1850s, and then I sold around $20. So we got a pretty nice pop on this one, about 10%. But talk about, you know, missing the big move. I totally missed out on 50+%. SONN cracking VWAP. Let's look at this one quickly. I'm pretty much done with trading at the moment, but this is looking pretty good. SONN kind of popping back up here. Quick pullback, SONN. Yeah, this could be actually a potential for a continuation right back above 4.2. Good call, Corey. Good watch on this. put an alert here on that one. RCL, Royal Caribbean, you know, kind of a similar play with AAL, surprisingly. Was looking for that pullback to $14. Oh no, that was CCL. RCL is Royal Caribbean. Well, we were just kind of using this one as a comparison compared to Carnival Cruise Line, CCL. This one, I was looking for a possible entry at around 14. I never ended up pulling the trigger on that entry, so I missed the bounce here, so kind of shame on me for that one. I felt like it was a pretty straightforward call. Very, very similar to AAL, how it pulled back to $12 and then had a nice little crack back to the upside. So both of these, I feel like I should have jumped on it. I don't know why I didn't. With CVAC, this was like one of our nicer IPO trades. We bought almost the near perfect bottom and then we sold here near the top. This was a pretty clean move. I wouldn't mind buying back CVAC. I don't know. I don't like messing around with IPOs too much. And then LMND, Lemonade Insurance, another ticker I've been looking for a move into the 50s, but it looks like it bottomed out here around 56. So I'm not sure if we're going to get an entry here on this one any lower than pretty much where the price is now. Would be something to watch. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. LCA for a swing. And I'm not totally sure. I don't know much about this ticker. I feel like we recently traded this one. Hold on, let me think about that. Let me pull up my. No, it's not. Unless it's just not popping up. Really, really nice move. I would have to look into this one. I really, really don't know. I have no kind of thoughts about it. Definitely, 15 was the big resistance zone. We popped right back, right above it. So that's pretty strong. Looks pretty strong from here. SONN. There is the break at 420. You. Ooh, 10. Yeah, nice. Congrats, man. I should buy Uber. Maybe. We'll see what happens with the whole California issue. Thanks, Michael. Take care, man. LCA going to be an online casino merging with Golden Nugget. Keep it until October for the merger. Interesting. I'll write that down and look into it a little bit more. LCA merger. It's nice to see SONN kind of popping back up on here. I was kind of thinking it was over for SONN since it pulled back so strongly from pre-market highs. I'd be a little bit nervous about trading this one. I mean, that was a really, really strong pullback. Still doesn't have that much volume. So I think there is definitely room for concern here on this one. Some other pullbacks in the past, kind of bottomed out around 3.5 and then had some spikes off of 3.5. So this one we went to 3.7, having a little bounce off of 3.7. This could be a good little accumulation, maybe at around 3 and look for, some bounces here off the bottom, maybe even 2.5. I think I'm done trading SONN for today though. I think I'm pretty much done with trading overall today. Yeah, right around 10:30 I think was our last trade. Let me quickly check here. Oops, what just happened? Let's go to our unlimited account and see what's going on here. So we're up. Whoa, we're actually up $300 today. I had no idea we were up $300 today. I thought we were like 150. I totally underestimated it. We had some decent trades with CGIX. I was so cautious with CGIX, really, really cautious. So I didn't think that we were up so much. I knew I had a lot of kind of scratches and like a little bit of profits with some other tickers. So pretty sweet day. Yeah, can't complain. Hey, there we go. And we didn't do that many trades today. So overall, we made 7 trades today. Not a lot of trades. And most of it was pre-market, but actually the big winners ended up coming in after the market opened today. And yeah, that's pretty sweet. So yeah, our last trade was at 10.08 and then we closed here at 10.19. This was our big winner. We almost had $1 a share. So this was like a $200 profit with this one. I could have, should have, would have maybe went bigger size, but I don't know if I would have done something silly if I went bigger size on it. It was pretty much a very small position, under $2,000 position size when I bought it, which is, you know, a little bit more rare. Our average position size right now is about 2.5 thousand, and you know we occasionally do $5,000-$6,000 trades. So you know a trade under $2,000 is definitely below average on size. But you know, it just kind of shows you don't need to have big position sizes to make a lot of money. Sometimes big position sizes, at least me personally, makes me do something silly because I'm like, you know, watching the P&L and I'm like, oh man, this is all over the place. And then I just close it and I stop looking at the actual price action. It's a bit of a comfort thing where you just kind of have to get a bit more comfortable and it takes time. So, oh, check out Facebook. Yeah, let's look at Facebook and then I'll probably be wrapping up after that. So let's see here, Facebook. Ooh, looks like there was just a little bit of a dip. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let's add Facebook to the list, so something I get used to looking at a bit more often. You know what? Honestly, Facebook, this looks really, really weak in my eyes. We had an attempted breakout here from the last high, and it looks to me like it's going to be a fake out. Not a lot of volume here. This does not look very bullish at all, actually. Let's quickly go to the daily chart and see if I change my mind. So the 4-hour chart looks fairly bearish. Again, here having a bit of a fake out. It doesn't even reach the former high. Means a lot of sellers were waiting here to take some profits. You know, this is a pretty solid run here. I don't really see myself jumping on Facebook just yet. I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. I have 2 really random lines right here. All right, Krill, man, take care. I love Airbnb. I think Airbnb is a really, really good company. It'll be interesting to see how the IPO goes. I'll definitely see if it's, you know, oversubscribed, undersubscribed, see how it goes. Lately, the IPOs have been absolute rockets. So it seems like as long as you get a good price in terms of, you know, relative wherever it's at and trading at based on IPO, it seems to be that trading IPOs lately has just been really, really hot. So might be something to look into. Overall, I'm a big fan of Airbnb. I've used it from both ends, and it's been pleasant experiences. A lot of stuff on YouTube. Check out Ross Cameron. He's got a great channel as well on day trading. I have a foundation series in the video, the first link in the video description /connect. You can get access to them for free. So you learn a bit more about what we're doing. There's a lot of good free information. I would definitely recommend checking out Candlesticks. There's a lot of good resources, including the TD Ameritrade Learning Center. They have great resources on candlesticks. So learning how to read candles and price action, I find is fundamental if you're a day trader. So you should put a lot of work into that, and just be realistic. Like, this is like any other sort of career. It's not something you're going to be, you know, successful in overnight. You know, I would give yourself, you know, around a quarter of a year. So, you know, between, you know, 4 months, maybe a little bit longer. I think you could probably become consistently profitable before then, but, you know, just give yourself time and just, you know, study as much as you can every day, and definitely review your past trades. That's fundamental to my trading. August is going great. I don't know if you watched my last video, but we're up about now 2,500 for August, which is great because our average position size is about 2,500. So we've doubled our average position size this month. It's a bit unfortunate because last week was actually a red week for me, which sucks because we couldn't trade last week because of TOS. So it was really kind of annoying. I feel like this month could have been much, much better already, but I'm still happy that I'm green on the month, and I'm doing pretty well this month. But yeah, sometimes it's a bit annoying when you're limited on what you could be doing just because of the platform. So I was pretty bummed out last week. Yeah, swing trading is a good way to dip into it as well. Just understand, swing trading, day trading, and investing, those are all three totally different things. So just, you want to be very clear what you're doing. What we're doing on this channel is primarily day trading, and then we talk about swing trading on some of these larger caps as well. And then investing, we don't really talk about investing at all. So just keep that in mind. What do you think about XPeng electric car still hot? I'm actually not really sure about the XPeng electric car. I think we traded the ticker for a bit, but I couldn't really. A lot of the companies that we day trade, I know very little about on the actual stock or the actual company, which is totally fine because as long as there's a catalyst and I like the price action, I'm trading it. I rarely look into the company too much. XPeng, kind of an interesting design here. I'll have to look it up. I pulled it up on a separate tab, so I'll watch a few videos, read some articles, but it looks like a pretty interesting car. Again, I have no idea about it, so I can't really leave any feedback on that at the moment. We came out with a swing video on, when was that? Just recently, just Saturday, we came out with a swing video. Was I making good money before coronavirus? The coronavirus really didn't change anything. Thanks, Andrew, man. Happy to have you here. Welcome aboard. Don't forget, guys, if you are interested, if you like what you saw here, we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list, and then we trade the market open 5 days a week. Unless there's a holiday, then I usually don't go live. But every day the market's open. Usually I'll be streaming, unless I'm deadly sick, like in April, where I was gone for 3 days. I couldn't even breathe. All right, Tricon, take care, man. I'm wrapping up here too, guys. A beautiful, beautiful way to start the week. It looks like a lot of you guys did great work today, so congrats. That was absolutely solid trading day. It was nice to see some action on the first day of the week. So let's hope we get some more follow through like today. And so far, no issues with TOS besides some lag, but we're used to lag. TOS always lags. That's nothing unusual. As long as I don't have to restart the app or we can't log in, I'm pretty happy. For if we get a little bit of lag, it's a good day on TOS. So no complaining there. All right, guys, take care. I will see you first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys in the recap video. So don't forget to check that out, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I'd love to see you guys again. Peace out. Hit the like button on the way out. I appreciate it, guys. I really, really do. Till tomorrow. No problem, Dan. Ciao, ciao, ciao.